It was super sad saying goodbye to my family. But that being said, it's been an absolutely incredible time so far. I cannot believe the adventure I have stumbled upon. So right now, I'm in what's called Sea Church. And hilarious. I booked this place because it was so far off the path. I thought there were going to be 0 tourists here, and I was gonna just be in this cottage by the sea and be able to focus on writing an album. And it is that. These are spicy. We're in the middle of nowhere, and I just keep finding these little gems, these little adventures. Like, it's exactly what I wanted it to be. I'm just so lucky. I cannot tell you how many times I've said to myself, I cannot believe this is my life right now. I'm just so lucky. It's so awesome. Having a great time. Anybody who knows me knows that I am a sucker for a fine meal. And you would think that what I'm about to tell you would have influenced my decision to stay in Ballycotton, but it did not. It's called Ballymaloe Cookery School, which apparently is like the most legendary cooking school in Ireland. So there's the Ballymaloe Cookery School, and then they have the Ballymaloe House, which is like this house on this farm. And I'm pretty sure they like get all the ingredients for all the meal for here on this farm. And it's 5 courses, and it's gonna be crazy. And so yeah, can't wait. Excuse me. Yes, I'm lost.
You're not lost.
I'm looking for the house.
This is Ireland.
Oh, okay. I'm very far from home.
I'll show you exactly where to go.
Thank you so much. Oh my God. I literally cannot believe my life right now. Like, this place, it is everything that I fantasize about when I think about going to Ireland. It's just beautiful. Like, I don't know if this footage is gonna capture what it felt like. Like, I barely used my camera because I just didn't want to. And where else can you go where you walk in at your reservation time and they invite you, you know, would you like to go to your table now? Would you like to spend some time in the sitting room? Which the fact that there's a sitting room at all is like, where am I? Anyway, the food was unbelievable. The first course, which wasn't even the first course, but they brought out fresh bread from the get-go, which there was Irish soda bread and a sourdough. And it was just so good. Knowing that the butter was churned just feet away from where you were eating it, it just felt so magical, you know? And oh my gosh, it was a performance. So now, the real first course was a melon cocktail. And also, a cute detail, there was this little, they had like a leaf that was the coaster on the cup, and it was just so cute. It was cute, and I loved that detail. The second course was gnocchi, which is like, I have very few things to say. It was perfect execution of gnocchi. It was top notch. It was so good. It was just the right amount to just get you over to the main course. I went with the cod, which is Ballycotton cod, which is where I'm staying. And yeah, it was good. They brought out a cheese board after that, and I tried 3 cheeses, super good. The desserts, oh my God. They brought out a dessert trolley.
Cream, brown sugar, some fresh cream here as well if you'd like. And in our bowl this evening we have fig leaf ice cream.
The fact that it came from a trolley, I felt like I was on the Hogwarts Express. So I was like, I lived a fantasy, you know? Oh my God, it was so good. And again, everything was grown just feet away from you. I mean, the experience is unbelievable. That was really good. Okay, this was wild. I do not know how to say this or spell this, but it sounded like they were saying it was called like Carrageen Musk or something. I might just have Elon Musk on the mind, but it was something like that, but it was seaweed. This is a dessert. It looked like a custard without egg yolk. It was super good. I feel really lucky. And I want to say this. I love traveling, and I don't mind being alone. I really don't. You know, I'm kind of experimenting with this sort of like the idea of the digital nomad, which I always feel like I can't truly do that. I stay focused on my real goals, because the real dream would be to be on like a music tour right now, right? Traveling the world while performing. That's what I want to do. But damn, like, maybe I'm missing out, because maybe this would be better to share it with somebody. It would be nice to like share this with somebody that loves this as much as I do and just is excited. And And that was just something I thought about. And this is a vlog after all, so I should probably share some real thoughts rather than just a highlight reel. Because I don't want to be that person. Anyway, I'm going to drive back home to my host family at my absolutely unbelievable Airbnb. And I probably will never film them in this video because I know for a fact that they're all camera shy. And I don't blame them. This is like psychotic. But they're just a total darling family. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. Liam, the dad of the family, he took me golfing this morning. Golfing! And I do not know how to golf, people. I am horrible at golf. But he invited me, and I did my best. It was just, but like, come on. Like, I just feel so lucky. And I hope I hang on to this, because when I go back home, and I never feel like I'm where I want to be in every other facet of my life, like I want to be performing, I want to have these things released, I want to be proud of my art and put out something that I'm actually proud of for the first time. And I want to perform, and I hope people love it, and I want to be performing, and I love that, and I love those moments, and I know that will be the most important to me at the end of my life. But gosh darn it, I'm really enjoying this too. And this has been great. I'm so lucky. So lucky.
Okay, everyone's asleep, so I can give a little bit of a cool tour without feeling like I'm putting anybody on camera and weirding them out. Because I gotta show you how cute this place is. This is my cute little bathroom. And I'll show you the bedroom when it's a little messy right now. So I'll clean it up and I'll show you it later. So I just got up really, like literally out of bed. But it's so charming. All the little details. I could learn from this. But like, come on. And that my host is just the best. I mean, look at this. She knew I wanted breakfast before I go to the gym. And she already set this up. Look how cute this is. Like, are you kidding me? I'm so spoiled. So lucky. And here's a little kitchen area. And let me add some light. But isn't it just the cutest? Look at this old stove. So much personality. Love it. Okay, so my host, the first day I stayed here, she made me this. And they call it muesli, something like that. Muesli, which is basically granola. It reminds me of my brother, who I think is super into acai bowls, and he makes something similar to this. But I wanted to talk about this. I was thinking about this. This vlog's gonna just be full of confessions, but I guess that's what happens when you're alone in Ireland. A couple months, ever since I moved to Los Angeles, I've been super into fitness. Ever since high school, I've always wanted, seeing the movies, you see these guys that are just totally shredded, and I always wanted to do that. And I just never prioritized it. Like, I always kind of would look into it and I would do it for like a couple weeks, and then I'd like fall off the train, And when I was finally on my own for the first time for real, I was finally able to make it a priority. Because that's the hardest thing, is consistency. And the hardest times to do it is when you're traveling or going to parties and being social. Super hard to eat healthy. Anyway, I finally I posted photos like a year ago now, this photo shoot I did. And I was like shirtless, and I was pretty proud of my physique. It was cool. I just wanted to do it for me as a kind of a benchmark to like see where I'm at 5 years from now. But I did put out the photos on Instagram and stuff. And then a couple months ago, a year later, I challenged myself. I wanted to be in even better shape. I wanted to like go even farther. But I didn't want to put out photos. Like, that was just for me, because I just wanted to do something for me. And so I totally pushed myself, and I was like in the best shape. I mean, I looked the best, like I for the first time, I for real had like abs in any lighting, and that was cool. And I don't want to say I was in the best shape of my life, because the reality is, and in case you don't know this, if you want to look like magazine cover ready, or like how like Chris Hemsworth looks at like that peak moment for that shirtless scene in Thor or whatever. The reality is that if you have abs, that really just pretty much means that you're not eating enough food. You know? And so I wouldn't say I was in peak physical condition. I mean, I was, but then I also just had to like really diet to like get to look like that. And it sucks, and it's hard. And I enjoy the challenge. It's like my own personal Mount Everest, you know? It's just challenging myself to see what I can do. And it was cool. And I plan on getting right back to it over the next month. But basically I've been on vacation for the past month and a half, you know? It started with my mom's graduation in May. So all of May and all of June, I've basically been traveling like crazy. And I've never had to like eat really healthy while traveling. And I'm kind of letting myself do whatever I want because I know that when I get back home, I'm going to be able to get back into the zone, you know, and get back to where I want to be. So I've basically just been enjoying myself. And you all know by now that I love food, you know, it's like it's like a big hobby. I love to cook. I love to cook for people. So I love to go to places and try these really cool restaurants and experiences. And it's kind of scary. I'm like scaring myself a little bit because when you get to like that look in your mind, you look in the mirror and you look a certain way. It's hard for me to look in the mirror and not be totally shredded, like look like I'm ready to be like on Netflix on some beach TV show, you know? And even though I'm still in great shape, and it's like I'm like trying to like, I'm hoping I can snip it in the bud now, not the butt. So anyway, random side note this morning. I'm eating breakfast now. I'm gonna I actually was able to get to a gym this week, this is the first time I've worked out really. I've been like running and doing some things, but I haven't really been weight training for like a month and a half. And my strength has gone down a little bit, but it helps relieve my anxiety about getting quote unquote back into really good shape. And when I get back home, because I kind of get a little bit of a head start this week. But yeah, my plan, I have a bit more traveling coming up, but nothing crazy, you know. I mean, it's kind of crazy. A bachelor party in Vegas, I have a wedding, I have a trip in August for like 2 weeks, but 2 weeks I'll be able to like keep working out when I'm there. Unlike the past month and a half where I've really been traveling and I've been in weird places where it's just been difficult, like extra difficult to get to a gym. So basically what I'm saying is my plan is to lean back down to like beach ready, to like beach body ready, which I think I can do in about a month. I think, you know, I basically took about a month to derail, to get away from that, and I think I can get back in about a month. We'll see. Still learning, right? But the plan is to lean down again and then slowly up the calories over the next 6 months or so to kind of do like a lean bulk just to get more muscle in my frame. Because if I get more muscle, then I won't have to get so lean to look great. And it's just healthier for my body. You burn more calories, you can eat more food. All across the board, it would be healthier for me to put a little bit more in my frame and to eat more. But I just want to lean down the body fat a little bit, just a little bit, because, you know, gotta be Marvel ready. Also, I haven't recorded much this week, even though this has been an amazing week. Because I feel like a little bit of a lunatic doing this still. But there's a monitor right here. And the monitor, I really feel like I'm talking to another person. But you're the person right there. But it's a little more difficult to look at this. I think every vlog I've said that. But it is getting a little bit easier. A little bit.
And you know, I was thinking, I think I do have a problem, and I think that's just how messed up it is with social media, and I don't want to blame it on anybody or anything, you know, but I'm thinking, you know, like, I was at the gym and I was looking at myself, I was like, you know, you look really good, dude, like, you are in great shape, like, you are healthy, but because I look at social media and I compare myself to all these other people that I look up to, and, like, you know, they say these same things, you know, they're good people, but it's still difficult, you know, that I compare myself, and I'm like, oh, if I don't have absolute rock, you know, washboard abs at the beach, then I'm not good enough. I'm not there. And it's tough because, like, you know, at the same time, I like being there and I like pushing myself to get there. It's frustrating. I don't know. I'm figuring it out, people. I think I am a little too hard on myself. So I just finished recording Walt Grace, and hilariously enough, I've never been to a Michelin star restaurant until today, which is why I had to shoot that as give it my best go, but limit my time so I could make it here. Which, funny enough, I'm such a perfectionist. I'm never as good as I want it to be. I could have been out there for like 12 hours, so it was good to time box it for me and have this reservation. I was still a little late to this, but it wasn't a big deal. But I'm so excited. I've never been to a Michelin star restaurant. It's the first time, and we'll see if the hype is real.
And so, in classic fashion, I didn't record an ending, but Ireland was pretty awesome, and thank you for watching.